on AI
A
agents.
lot on AI agents.
Right. And our mission today is to take all of that and distill it into a clear, actionable roadmap for you. We're answering one simple question. How do I not just survive what's happening, but actually redefine my value?
Well, it's a good question to be asking because we're sitting in the middle of a massive economic paradox right now.
A paradox, how so?
On the one hand, you can't open a news app without seeing the layoffs. We're talking 18,000 people at Amazon, huge cuts at Google,
Yeah.
Microsoft, hiring freezes everywhere. The whole tech industry is contracting.
Exactly. And that fear of a recession, it's lowering consumer spending. And when people stop spending, companies, they look inward. They get desperate for efficiency. The pressure is just immense.
And that desperation, that is the driver. It's the #1 reason for AI adoption right now. Companies are under so much pressure that the cost of human labor, especially for certain tasks, is starting to look like a liability.
So that really sets the stakes. The question for you as a professional is, what is my job actually going to look like in, say, 6 months?
The answer starts when you understand the shift from the tools you might be using today, what we call an assistant,
Yeah.
to what's coming next.
Which is already here, really. Let's unpack that. The assistant versus the agent.
Yeah, the distinction is crucial. An AI assistant is.
Yeah,
It's what you know right now. It's basic chat GPT or Copilot.
right. I ask it a question, it gives me an answer. It's reactive.
It's totally reactive. A true AI agent is something fundamentally different.
An agent doesn't just answer you, it acts. You give it an instruction and it figures out all the steps to complete a task, even a complex one, across different apps.
And the sources gave this, just a perfect illustration of this. They talked about an agent that was used to research 5,000 Y Combinator companies
Overnight.
overnight. It was told to find companies that fit a really specific criteria, synthesize their business models, and then compile a report,
That's the kind of task a dedicated human researcher would spend 10 full days on.
at least. And the agent did it while the person slept. This is why we're framing the path forward as becoming an AI generalist. You're basically learning how to manage this incredibly powerful, tireless, automated intern.
Okay, so that's the immediate pressure. Let's zoom out to the macro level, because this isn't just about corporate efficiency. This is, in a way, a geopolitical restructuring.
It really is. Sam Altman himself predicted that AI agents are going to fully enter the workforce this year. This year. That changes everything.
And what's fascinating is how global politics are sort of steering this. The source material mentioned previous administrations restricting GPU sales, the advanced chips, to places like China.
Right, and that sounds like just, trade friction on the surface. But the goal is much deeper. It's about making sure the U.S. consolidates and maintains its manufacturing power in this new age of automation.
Which feeds directly into this very provocative concept you found, dark factories.
Correct. A dark factory is a factory that is entirely autonomous. Robots and automated systems, they handle everything, from supply chain to final assembly.
And they're called dark factories because they literally don't need lights. There are no humans working there.
No humans. They don't need ventilation. They don't need heat.
No?
Nothing for human comfort.
Yeah.
And if the world's biggest economies can build these, the consequence for the global workforce is, well, it's monumental.
It directly threatens any sector that relies on cost arbitrage.
Precisely. Cost arbitrage is the whole logic behind outsourcing. It's about the difference in labor cost. If you can hire an engineer for, say, $15,000 a year overseas versus $150,000 in the U.S.
That's a 10-to-1 savings. It's a no-brainer.
It was. But if a dark factory or an army of AI agents can do that same work for a fraction of that $15,000,
Yeah.
the entire economic reason for outsourcing just vanishes.
And we're already seeing this happen in software development, which, that used to be seen as the ultimate defensible high-skill job.
It's happening fast. The sources cited the rise of new AI coding agents, OpenAI's O3, Cursor, Windsurf.
And the stat that just blew my mind was from one company. They reported that 65 to 70% of their entire code base is already being written by AI.
Think about that. That doesn't just mean you need fewer coders. It means the whole R&D budget for software it radically changes. The human engineer's job shifts from writing code to designing systems and, verifying what the AI produces.
The bottleneck isn't speed anymore, it's asking the right questions.
Exactly. It's all about asking the right questions of your new AI collaborators.
So that's the threat. It's big, it's here, and it covers everything from a factory floor to a line of code. So let's pivot. Let's talk about the 5-level framework for becoming that essential AI generalist.
Okay.
We start at level 0, the toolkit. This is all about immediate efficiency. Don't worry about how it works yet. Just find tools to do what you're already doing, but faster, today.
The goal here is just pure pragmatism. You look at your workflow, how you write emails, how you manage a spreadsheet, and you find an AI tool for every single repetitive pain point.
And the roadmap gave some really good specific examples. If you live in Excel, you should be looking at Numerous.ai right now.
Immediately.
If you have to make presentations, you go straight to Gamma. And for research, the sources flagged Google Deep Research as being incredibly powerful, citing what, 350 plus sources?
Yeah, versus the maybe 40 or 50 you'd get from an older model. It's
Yeah.
a huge difference.
And then for just pure writing.
You've got great options. Claude has a really powerful free tier. GPT 4.5 is probably the best paid model out there right now for general use. Oh, and Grok.
Right, Grok for real-time stuff.
Yeah, because it pulls directly from live Twitter data.
Yeah.
But you have to be aware it's unfiltered, so you're definitely getting bias along with the information.
Good point. Okay, so that's level 0. Now we level up.
Yeah.
Level 1, understanding models.
Okay.
This is about knowing which brain to use for the job.
This is so important because they work on completely different principles. You have to distinguish between text generation models like GPT 4.5. Cool. They're designed to predict the most logical next word. So they're great at communication, writing, things that require a bit of empathy.
They're language experts, so what's the other kind?
The other kind are reasoning models. This is the newer generation, things like O1, O3, DeepSeek. These are the ones you use for complex, strategic, or mathematical tasks. They actually think in steps to solve a problem.
So they're not just predicting the next word, they're problem solving.
Exactly. If you need to sort a spreadsheet with a complex formula, you want the reasoning model, not the text model.
That distinction is so key, especially when you hit that memory problem that frustrates so many people. Can you just quickly break down the whole context window or token limit thing?